Today we're at a Permablitz. Kirby, thanks for taking time.
Thanks for coming.
So, what's a Permablitz?
Permablitz is kind of like a radical makeover for someone's yard. It started in Melbourne, Australia in the 70s. And what happens, it's kind of like a modern incarnation of a work bee. We get a bunch of volunteers, as you can see, and we do a design for someone's yard, and we turn it from usually something like lawn, because we're in an urban environment and you can see that there's lots of grass in people's yards. We turn it from lawn into what we like to call a food forest sort of environment, where we move it toward perennial growth, that kind of thing, stuff that's easy to tend, but it does a lot for the homeowners. We'll produce things for the homeowners. It's a form of permaculture. That's where Permablitz, the name, comes from permaculture, which started also in Australia in the 70s. And permaculture is about designing sustainable systems for all living things, including humans, because we have a place in the whole ecological world. And what we're trying to do with permaculture and Permablitzes is just move to a lower ecological footprint, designing things where every living thing has a place. So when we design and put things together, we're putting together plants that we know will work with each other and help support and sustain each other. We would work animals in, but because we're in an urban yard, we won't be doing that. We can't do that in a small yard like this. So what we do is we take kind of a subset of it, and we bring it into someone's yard and put it in. So we'll have fruit trees and shrubs and that kind of thing in this yard when we're done.
This is before?
This is before, yes, and the after will be quite different by the time we're done. With this many people working in a yard this size, in about 6 hours it takes. Like, we usually start 9 in the morning, we get everybody here. Everyone's kind of done about 3 to 4 in the afternoon, and the yard will be quite different. It will be really something to be able to film and show what it looks like compared to what it looks like now.
Alicia, I'm interested in why you're doing this.
I'm not really sure where the roots took hold for a project like this exactly, but my interest in permaculture just sort of sprang to life. And partially, maybe because I didn't like weeding, and I found gardening a bit stressful because it had to be so perfect and you had to tend it in a certain way that took way too much time. And I don't like grass because I don't think you should have to plant a bunch of stuff to give yourself a daily job. So permaculture interests me. It's not only a way to garden that's sustainable, that's less work eventually. There's always a lot of work in the beginning. It's such a positive way you can impact the world and the people around you. I guess it's a way to be the change in a small, and have a small impact, even if it's just for your family or for your friends. I don't know, it's just something about it with the whole philosophy, the creativity, and then the food. I love to cook, I love to eat, I love to grow. It just makes sense.
We'll be back this afternoon, and
Thank you so much for coming.
Great.
It's very exciting.
See you soon.
Okay.
The Permablitz we visited in June was really the before shot. It can be hard to visualize what this will look like in 5 or 6 years when things are 10 and 20 feet tall. We'll go back one day, but for now I thought I'd bring in a few branches of what I found. Yes, in my own backyard. I've got raspberries, red and black, and look at these beautiful cherries. There's red plum that'll be ready in a few weeks, and they'll be a good full size. I've got September red apples, excellent keepers. And the grapes will want to have a few gentle frosts just to sweeten up. They'll be another 3 months, and looks like it'll be a bumper crop. I've got 2 types of pears. You need to cross them. We have this Bosch style pear, which comes ready in August, and this Bartlett style, which will stay in the ground just about till winter, and it'll keep right through till February. And I guess that's the point of today. You may have lots of friends and neighbors that you can give produce to, but even in the end, they won't know what to do with it all. So the important thing, the smart thing, the green thing to do is give away as much as you can and save the rest for winter. That makes good use of your own time and resources, and nothing tastes better in January than what came from your own yard. Our eco-footprint declines, of course, the more we rely on ourselves and less on imported foods from far away and all the packaging that goes with it. Even up here in the 52nd parallel, what some would consider the north, we have vast quantities of perennial foods that we can store for the winter. Of course, we can make jams and jellies, stuff like raspberry, strawberry. I've made apple and rhubarb sauce and conserves. I've dried apple rings and made fruit leather, all of which are gone, of course. Grape jelly last year was plentiful. You can make gourmet vinegars, and I've got rhubarb wine and plum wine. This year we plan to make apple and cherry wine too. I've even made plum toffee. That's the last one. And check out this cool assortment of gummy candies I made last December. So there you are, food, friends, and security. Seems like permaculture really has it all. Eric, would you like to try some genuine raspberry soda? Hi, Kirby.
Hi, Janine.
Well, here we are, 6 hours later. Would you mind giving us a tour, please?
Sure. 6 hours and lunch. So
Lunch.
with a lunch break in between, you can see everyone's still working hard. We've got an hour or so to go, I think, and we'll be more or less done for what we're going to do. Pathways are filled in. The mulch in here, they've all been leveled to catch water that comes off from the house. So it's going to come in and fill these up, which will help feed the trees. As you can see, they're putting trees in on the side, and we've got some being planted behind us. So in these beds, we've got fruit trees and bushes going in.
What have you got exactly?
And
Cherries,
we've got an apple back here. We've got a couple of cherries. We've got a couple of currants back there. Some Saskatoons. I think they've got a couple of haskaps as well going in. So yeah, we're going to get that planted, and you can see people hauling dirt to put over top of all this cardboard here. And then what we do with that is we need a ground cover because nature will fill with weeds basically. So we will be scatter planting field peas. So very heavy, very thick, because they will grow up and cover and help choke out weeds and put nitrogen into the soil for us to help condition the soil as we go. So yeah, it's been really good. It's amazing. I think we peaked at 19 for this one, which is a big one, but it's good because it was a fairly big yard. But you can see what one of these does when you get that whole work bee and a little bit of volunteer help. We can turn a yard from what it looked like at 9 o'clock this morning to this in a matter of hours. It's really something.
It's amazing. Let's find out what the owners think.
All right.
Thank you. Alicia, well, what do you think?
I'm impressed, a little amazed, and really happy. Yeah.
How did today go?
Today went really well, better than I could have ever expected. I can't believe we got so far in my whole yard and like changed. Looking outside is going to be so amazing now and so hopeful for the future.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you on behalf of everyone for sharing your experience.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot of people will get turned on.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. So much fun. Yeah.
Good work. Permaculture, here to stay. For more Green Deeds, check out our website at greendeeds.ca. I'm Janine Paul, your host. Thanks for watching.